The Bitcoin frenzy continues to spread throughout the world. The meteoric rise shows no signs of stopping. The cryptocurrency has soared to another record high, just slightly below $10,000 after gaining more than a fifth in value over the past 3 days alone. There are 1,327 cryptocurrencies trading in 7,019 markets in the world. But what is Bitcoin?
Well, it's basically an electronic currency that is in people's computers and that has got a built-in system for verification where you wouldn't need a bank. But it is also a very expensive currency.
Many consumers have been bitten by the Bitcoin bug and traders are spoiled for choice. But some don't know how to discern if this is a viable form of investment.
I think a new currency will be viable at some stage. I don't think it's going to be Bitcoin because the blockchain is too difficult. But ultimately, I think for most people, it's not somewhere where you should put your money. Even though the returns have been staggering, I really think this is a bubble waiting to implode.
The digital currency has seen an eye-watering tenfold increase in its value since the start of the year and has more than doubled in value since the beginning of October. So why is Bitcoin increasing in value at this rate?
Because I think a lot of people have heard that other people have made money. So just this past weekend, over 100,000 new American accounts were opened in America. And that shows you that a lot more people are trying to get into Bitcoin. But they're still not buying anything with it. They're just trading Bitcoin or other, what they call cryptocurrencies, computer currencies if you wish. So ultimately, these currencies are being bought because they're there. They're not being bought for being something useful.
Bitcoin trading doesn't come cheap. It uses more data if you don't have Wi-Fi and could consume up to 10 houses worth of electricity or 10 days of power in one day.
Those costs are very often hidden. People don't realize it because they've been told that this is a low cost or a no cost transaction. But if you actually look at it, the amount that it costs is far, far higher than any other form of electronic currency that there is.
Some consumers use it to transact while shopping. According to Schussler, a normal charge on a debit card can be R2.50, but consumers don't know the hidden cost that can amount to R600.
The Reserve Bank, like other central banks, is obviously investigating things like Bitcoin, the technology behind it, like blockchain, but it's not an official currency that they will stand behind because it's exactly the opposite. It's a currency that's made to circumvent the central banks, to circumvent governments. And there are other currencies in the cryptocurrencies that are even more secretive. So the central bank is a bit weary, and so are other central banks, about this currency.
Central bankers, though, say the success of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is just a bubble.
The central bank will tell banks, you've got to have this sort of reserve money at the back. You've got to have this money with me. You've got to have this type of insurance. Whereas all those sort of guarantees and insurances are not part of the Bitcoin technology. And the technology is just to make sure that the transaction is verified. But you don't know who you're transacting with always. And you don't know if the exchange is going to fold and carry on giving you that Bitcoin. So there's a big risks, like settlement risks, in this currency that you don't have with a currency that's backed by a central bank.
Bitcoin could still be a cause for concern because private currencies threaten their control of the banking system and money supply, which could undermine the monetary policies they use to manage inflation. Schussler has warned against scammers who may masquerade as experts in cryptocurrency trading.